Hello everyone, this is Zeno here, and this is a Belfry map. Unlike popular belief, you actually do call it Belfry. More importantly, this is the Nebuloch, Pathfinder, and I have Shroud of Lightless. If you don't know what that is, it gives me LE Pen Gem, and it gives me an Abyssal Socket. So it's a 6-link in itself once you 5-link it, because you get level 20 LE Pen, and you get to throw in a bunch of jewels into your gear with the whole Abyss League. And per jewel, I get 1% maximum life and mana on top of a normal. It could be 10% max life to 15% mana, so mine's near perfect. And I also get this Edgy Shade form, which is a proc that has a 3-second uptime on a 45-second cooldown, so 1 out of 15. Oh man, why'd you have to try hard? You know what? I'll let it go, diggity dogs. You deserved it. That's my fault for not doing D&D. Let's do this YouTube video. I have not tested out Shroud of Lightless. I just put it on. Literally just put it on. Let's even give you guys some sound. So Nebuloch is my build where I just stack a ton of endurance charges. And with these endurance charges, I get absolute steroids to both damage and survivability. If you want to take a look here at my defenses, I'm sitting at 46 Chaos Res because I did take off a neck with 30 Chaos Res. Otherwise, I would be cap on that too. And I'm trying to squeeze that back into my gear. But I am at a ridiculous amount of res, as you can see from all my endurance charges. But more importantly, I have 16k armor without any Granite Flask. That's just from endurance charges. I'm dual wielding, and I'm using Shroud of Lightless, which has 0 armor on it. So without any endurance charges, 0 endurance charges, I'm sitting at 16k armor. Excuse me, with 0 armor from my chest piece or shield, I'm sitting at 16k armor without a Granite. And that is from the Nebuloch. Nebuloch also, because you're getting all these endurance charges, you have a ton of freaking global defenses. Let's keep going. I think this is the boss right here. Nope, not yet. So for this boss, I'm going to take off my... Wait a minute. Did I ever put added fire back up here? Ruthless. Oh, Ruthless is my single target now, not added fire. I take off Ancestral Call for single target depending on the boss. You can get 2 guys to swing at once, but sometimes it's really awkward. You have to do this shift clicking attack. I do have 7k health, just shy. My next level should put me at 7k health. And I have the entire mace wheel to be picking up soon. So my damage, if you think it needs to be higher, I completely understand. I'll be putting on something here in just a bit to increase my damage. I'll be picking a Bone Breaker, the mace wheel. I don't have that yet, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when I'm done with this map. Okay, so Ruthless for this. Shit, probably should have got my endurance charges refreshed. Losing them on a boss feels bad. Doesn't matter, don't even need him. This guy is so easy. Compared to Act 5 Katava the first time you fight him. Oh yeah, I also have Valkyries. It's like, I feel like this boss fight is only long because you have to sit here and you do this little mini game. Oh, wait a minute. Endurance charges, my friends. We need endurance charges now, boys. We're going to be doing a lot of Belfries today, Twitch. We can instant push him pretty much. Oh, please don't lose endurance charges. Please don't lose them. Right. He's not so bad. Let's finish up this map. I feel like most of this map is waiting for that guy to do his little sequences. Alright, so the thing about Pathfinder is you just take absolutely no elemental damage through buffing up your flasks, things like Taste of Hate to give you extra damage. It's Serious Promise, all the extra damage and Chaos Res you get from it, and Leech. On top of all those great things, you get Nature's Boon, which makes you take 8% less elemental damage taken. It's an Ascendancy node. It's the second one I picked up in Cruel difficulty. And there's our map. Pretty good run. Most of it was just waiting on the boss. So here's what I got now. Shroud of Lightless, as we went over at the beginning of this video. Pretty freaking strong. And in terms of jewels, I have 1. This is not an Abyss jewel. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 Abyssal jewels affecting me. So this thing gives me 16% increased max life. It doesn't have any flat life. These are pretty interesting because they give flat life, or percent life. You need the flat life from your jewels to be scaled everywhere because you have so much percent. So flat life on gear is just stupidly important, and it's mandatory. Considering I'm wearing Comb's Way and I have 7k health, I'm pretty happy with this. No shield either. My skill tree, I've changed it up since you last saw the video. I dropped out of ambidexterity, and I'd never picked up Blade Barrier, and I'm not going to pick it up. Instead, I'm going to invest into Bone Breaker and Skull Cracking for my next few levels. I have 1 more life percent node to pick up here and 3 more here. So in the grand scheme of things, I have, let's see, 12. I have 17% increased more life to pick up. Increased life. And remember, whenever you level up, you get 12 flat life. And with all of this percent life here and here, I'm actually going to get a lot of scaling from that 12 flat life. So over my next levels, I'm going to go Bone Breaker, Skull Cracking, and if I need more HP, I'll pick it up here. Jewels. Is there any other jewels for me to get to really exploit? I could get a 3.1 here, but Dex is really weak as a stat. It's actually the worst because I'm RT and I'm not evasion. So the Dex one would be useless. Int actually has served a purpose, so that one was solid. This is a 4-point jewel. That's pass. This is this would cover resistances. So this is not bad because it does cover 28% of 1 res and it's okay that it doesn't cover fire because I'm running Purity of Fire. And netting another jewel would be fine. This isn't bad at all. So this would be an option like super late game. I could always pick up this. Flat life is really strong, again, because of all that percent scaling life. In fact, let's see something here. 5% health versus 16 flat. Let me see something here. We'll take out 2. I'm pretty sure the 5% is better. But let's see how much difference it is for this YouTube video for science. What's my worst one? 4%? So I go from... I lose about 75 life from that. Let's see. I don't really lose much at all. Let's see. 2.9, 6.9, 2.9. This puts me at 6.9, 5.6. So 16 flat life is really comparable to 4% max life. It's a little bit worse. So I'd say this is worth like 3% max life right now. So getting every level, I'm getting like 3% of my max health, if not more. A little bit more. It's pretty huge. So we got a lot of things that we could go to still in the tree. I'm currently level 87, and this is Xenocide Genius. This is the Nebuloch dual wield Pathfinder. What is it? Wild Strike I'm using. I get 10 LE pen here plus the Shroud of the Lightless, which brings my pen down here to 47% all pen, which is great because Wild Strike converts 100% to all fire, lightning, cold. It's just random. So when you get static penetration here, it's pretty good. I get 5 pen here as well to weapons, which doesn't show up here. But that's somewhere, oh, it's right here. So I actually have 52% global pen. I've thought about going up here to Forces of Nature, but again, Dex, it's such a crappy travel system. At least over here, when you travel, like something like this, you get Endurance, Charge, Strength, and a Jewel. You know, who cares when you pick up Strength? It's flat life. 5 flat life and a little bit of damage. I also completed Uber Lab. I got Nature's Adrenaline. So in terms of build progression, people have been asking me what I've done. I went Veteran Bowyer, Nature's Boon, which gives us 8% reduced elemental damage taken to counteract that of Nebuloch. If you did not see my other guides, I explained Nebuloch full detail on this build. And long story short, it's giving me 8% Chaos Res per Endurance Charge, 2% reduced elemental damage taken per hit, from a hit per Endurance Charge, 10 to 16 flat Fizz to each weapon per Endurance Charge, and 1,000 flat armor. That's how I got all of that armor earlier. In this video, you get a weapon that gives 1,000 armor per endurance charge. I'm rocking 8 endurance charges right now. As a Juggernaut, you can rock as many as 11. Maybe even 12, maybe? I'm not sure. You get 2 Comb's Ways, 1 from your belt, so that's 3. Juggernaut gives you another global one, so that's 4. Death's Door would be 5. And then you get 6 naturally. 3 from the tree, 3 from Juggernaut. So that's 11 endurance charges. And Death's Door is really good for this build. The problem is I can't sacrifice this much life in res. This is so much life. It's a little bit of res. I could sacrifice the res. We could accomplish that somewhere else. Death's Door is also only 25% movement speed. Honestly, Death's Door may be better than this right now. If I can get jewels to solve my resistance problems, like all I have to do right now is just to divine something to get a better cold res roll, honestly. 36 to 41. We could divine this. Okay, so we slam this. Cold res accomplished, and then I need to make up 30 lightning res, which I could do in the jewels that don't have resistances. That's OP. I'm never taking it off. That's physical damage with phasing, never taking that off. Blind enemies on hit, block if you were damaged recently, life. So we could accomplish this one. We can replace that one. What's this one? Unholy Might, strength, life. So we could get Unholy Might, lightning res. I think I already have that. I've got my work to do. And hopefully next build you guys can see Death's Door. I can't promise anything, but it'd be pretty freaking sweet. Honestly. Much love and respect. If you have any questions about the build guide, please let me know. And I will respond to anything in my YouTube comments. Also, if you guys want to see this build live, come to my twitch.tv. I'm live streaming it right now as we speak. In fact, here's my chat. They are patiently waiting for me to respond to them during this YouTube video. Thank you, chat. Anyways, much love and respect. I'm out. Hope you guys enjoy this.